Namco Bandai keeps the RPG train rolling on the Xbox 360 with Magnacarta 2, the latest entry in the Magnacarta series. The title is a bit misleading though, as this is actually the third title following the Phantom of Avalanche for the PC and Crimson Stigmata for the PS2. However, it is the second installment released in North America. Magnacarta 2 deviates from the story of the previous two titles and focuses on the continent of Landsheim, which is still recovering from a recent civil war. You'll take on the role of Juto, a young islander stricken with amnesia, as he's forced to take up arms against an invading force. Forced to flee from his home, Juto joins up with some new allies to seek retribution against those who destroyed his home, and tries to find some answers about his past.
You're all the same! Every one of you!
The game's campaign is structured around completing various missions. Though the narrative dictates when certain objectives are mandatory, each area has its fair share of optional quests. These secondary objectives typically require you to go around slaying a certain number of enemies or gather various resources, though some play out more like mini-games. You'll be rewarded with experience and cash for completing these chores, making it an alternative to traditional level grinding. The combat system is mostly real-time action with a small hint of turn-based strategy. Transitioning into fights is seamless and done by tapping a button to enter into combat mode. The turn-based element rears its head in the form of being able to toggle between three characters during battle, queuing each up with the touch of a button. Party members you aren't currently controlling are strictly AI controlled, though you can tweak their settings for better efficiency. Perhaps the key to combat is the action meter, which builds up as you execute different actions mapped to the face buttons. When your meter is full, it triggers an overdrive mode which increases your strength, but you'll suffer a major crash once it wears off. To remedy this, players can chain their overdrives by toggling between members at the appropriate time. This can result in a damaging and well-coordinated beatdown, but if the chain is broken abruptly, you'll suffer some downtime. The final component of the battle system revolves around your weapons. Each character can wield two different types of weapons that feature unique fighting styles and abilities. As you progress through the game, you can spend points on the skill tree for each type of weapon, unlocking new abilities and enhancing its stats. By defeating monsters, players can also collect relics known as Cammons that can be bound to weapons to enhance their attributes, much like the materia system from Final Fantasy VII. Will the interesting battle system be able to give the game its own unique identity? RPG fans will be able to enter the high fantasy realm of Magnacarta 2 later this month.
Oh no!
You must not allow her to be killed.